Total Sports Zone. All sports, all action, one zone.
You know, in the world of racing, everything comes down to speed. But every now and then, the biggest moment doesn't happen on the track at all. It happens in just 280 characters. We're going to break down how one single tweet from a NASCAR legend got everyone talking about the sport's future. And it all started with a simple photo. And this is the tweet that got the ball rolling. And let me tell you, when the name attached to a tweet is Mark Martin, the entire racing community, well, they sit up and pay attention. This wasn't just a nice little comment. This was a serious endorsement. So who are these two drivers who earned such high praise? And what's the story behind it? Believe it or not, this is what started it all. A simple snow day photo. That's it. Just two young, talented professional drivers, Heim and Reimer, sharing a quiet moment together. It's kind of wild, and it's a huge reminder that even in the off-season, the legends are always watching. All right, so who exactly are these two drivers at the heart of all this buzz? Let's talk about some of racing's brightest rising stars, Heim and Reimer. Okay, so first up, you've got Heim. The guy is an absolute wheelman, a proven winner, making a name for himself in the super competitive NASCAR Truck Series. And then you have Reimer. She's tearing it up in the ARCA Menard Series. And get this, she made history as the first woman to ever win the Extreme Outlaw National Midgets title. I mean, that's not just impressive. That's a groundbreaking, history-making achievement. And when you look at her career, you can see this clear upward climb. She's moved through some seriously respected teams, from Venturini to Nitro Motorsports, and now she's landed a huge ride with Pinnacle Racing Group for the 2026 season. That's not just progress, folks. That is a statement. She's on her way up. So let's circle back to the legend himself, because to really understand why his words carry so much weight, you've got to understand the man, Mark Martin. To put it simply, Mark Martin is a titan of this sport. We're talking about a NASCAR Hall of Famer, a guy known for his insane talent behind the wheel, and just as much for his integrity off the track. That's why when he gives a nod to young talent, it's not just a nice comment. It's a seal of approval that can literally help shape a career. But here's the thing. This tweet we're talking about, it's not just some random isolated event. It's actually part of a pattern of support from this NASCAR legend. So you have to ask, right? Was this snow day tweet really the first time Mark Martin took notice of these two? Not even close. And this is where the story gets even more interesting. If we just rewind the clock a few months, the pieces all fall into place. Back in December of 2025, Reimer announced her new ride with Pinnacle Racing. And who was one of the first people publicly excited about the whole upcoming ARCA season? Yep, Mark Martin. Then you fast forward to February, and there he is, giving a specific shout out to her and Heim. He's been paying attention the whole time. And just look at what he said back then. It's pure, genuine excitement. He's not just looking at one driver. He sees a whole field of talent, and he's already predicting that future stars are going to come out of this group. This proves he's not just jumping on a bandwagon. He's been actively scouting the next generation, and drivers like Reimer were already on his radar. Okay, so a racing legend is keeping an eye on the rookies. It's a cool story for sure, but why does it matter beyond just a few likes on social media? What does this moment really mean for NASCAR as a whole? Here's the bottom line. In a sport as tough and as ridiculously competitive as NASCAR, getting a cosign from a guy like Mark Martin is a total game changer. It's so much more than a confidence boost. It can open doors to sponsors, to better teams, and maybe most importantly, it reinforces this vital culture of mentorship, of one generation passing the torch to the next. And you can totally see why Martin is so excited about this season. The ARCA series itself is seriously leveling up. For 2026, the schedule is more diverse, more challenging than ever. They're adding legendary speedways like Pocono and Chicagoland, bringing back classic road courses like Lime Rock and Watkins Glen, and even throwing in 2 new dirt tracks. The stage is being set for these rising stars to really prove themselves, and Martin knows it. Which really just leaves us with this one big thought. In a sport where every single tenth of a second counts, and the pressure is just off the charts, moments like this are a reminder of the community that exists behind all that competition. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Just how vital is that support from one generation to the next in actually creating